I think he's confusing bias and experience.
No, I understand. Well, what I think he's trying to say is not everybody is us.
And you say that.
It's a fair counterpoint. Here's what I would say. I have said this before, and this is the challenge when you're having these casual chats and live streams as opposed to making a scripted review where you can talk about it a bit more, or you can make sure that you've really thought about your words before you write them all down. I can find value in this i3-10100 4-core 8-thread chip. We've done build guides with this. I bought this chip. This was not a sample from Intel. This is $115 for 4.1 gigahertz of 4-core 8-thread. I find value in the Ryzen 3 3100. If it existed, it existed for a hot minute when it launched. I did a video about it and then vanished, so, whatever. There are people to whom this is... You could take this for $115. And then you can take a B460 board. This one here is about $100, $105. You can get cheaper ones, but this is worth it. This is... For 20 or 30 bucks more, you get so much more board.
You do.
It is worth every penny of it. So you're looking at about $220-ish, $230 for the board and chip. Ideally, you'd spend about 20 or 25 bucks on like a Hyper 212 Evo or a Deep Cool Gamix or some budget 4 heat pipe cooler for something better.
Okay.
So let's say you're about $250 for CPU, motherboard, and cooler. You don't need a cooler. You can use that stock cooler. It's just quieter and nicer if you just buy a little bit of a cooler. So you're $250. 50 bucks, 16 gigs of RAM.
Correct.
I know I gave the speech on 32, but I get it. I understand.
Yeah, but this is a different use case.
This is a different use case. You want to play CSGO, Rocket League, Minecraft, Roblox, League of Legends, World of Tanks, World of Warships, Star Wars The Old Republic. You want to play retro games, old games. You want to run the MAME, the multi-arcade machine emulator. You want to do that stuff. Look, is an i9-10900K awesome? Yes. Is 64 gigs of RAM awesome? Yes. It's a fair point about bias. But if you don't care about Cyberpunk, Valhalla, Legion, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, if those sorts of AAA games mean nothing to you, and you want to play free-to-play esports games, you want to play Warframe, you want to play Titanfall 2, you want to play Star Wars Squadrons actually plays really well on a 4-core chip. Mm-hmm. You want to play Star Wars Battlefront 2 actually plays amazingly well on that. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that. So long as you understand that you are not going to be a multiple monitor, multitasking maven. You're not going to be Twitch streaming. You're not going to have multiple monitors. You're not going to have 14 programs open. You're not going to have all your syncs and backups in your task tray. You have a single task machine. You're going to close your background tasks. You're going to close your web browser. And you're just going to play your game on one monitor. I'm okay with this plan. If you throw out the top 1% of AAA games and half of anything published by Ubisoft,
yep.
If you throw out Cyberpunk 2077, if you throw out Watch Dogs Legion, a 4-core 8-thread chip is actually very capable. But if that's you, why do you need a new computer? 4 cores and 8 threads have existed for 10 years.
Yep.
Frankly, it's not as responsive as I'd like, but a 12-year-old i7-920 with a bit of an overclock thrown onto it will do all of that. I love your attention, but then why are you watching tech channels?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You don't need any of this.
Exactly.
Here's the problem with the Ryzen 5 5600X. If you need a new computer, you really should buy more than that. If you don't think you need more than that, why do you think you need a new computer? Your 5-year-old computer's probably fine. Look, everything, all those games I just listed that would play fine on this, the 6-year-old i7 4790K, the 7-year-old i7 4770K from 2013 will do all of that.
Yep. Exactly.
What do you need a new computer for? That's what's so stupid about 6-core chips today is we've kind of leapfrogged it. You either want to play Cyberpunk 2077, in which case
You need
get out
everything.
your American Express card,
You're black.
or
You're platinum.
you want to play Overwatch, in which case an i5 2400 will do that.
Mm-hmm.
There is a huge split in computers between games here, which are fine on 4 cores, and games here in which, how much computer do you need? Yes.
All of it.
All of it. Somebody actually asked me today on Twitter what graphics card they should buy if they want to play AAA games at 1440p, 144 hertz. I'm like, 3080, 3090, 3080 Ti? And he's like, can I get a 3060 Ti? And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. No. If you want to play AAA games at 1440p at 144 hertz, not only do you need one of the latest CPUs, you need the best graphics card, and you will need the best graphics card for years to come. The 3080, maybe a 3090. When the 3080 Ti comes out, maybe that. When the 4080 comes out, you'll have to buy that. If you either get on the 4K, if you want to play Cyberpunk 2077 at 4K,
Yep.
or at 1440p high refresh, you're committing to buying the flagship GPU for the foreseeable future.
Yep.
Every time a new card comes out, you're committing to buying it. That's the price to jump on that bandwagon. It's why I left 4K at home. I've had 4K monitors for 3 years at home.
He did.
I now have 1440p. I didn't want to have to keep putting the best video card in there. It's so much easier to run. And I'm not trying to run at 144 frames a second. I don't even have a 144 frames per second monitor at home. It's so expensive to keep up with that. Now, 1440p, 144 hertz in Fortnite is very different than Cyberpunk. That you can do much cheaper.
True.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a fair point about bias, but then a 5-year-old 4-core machine will do it. You don't need a new computer.
No.
Do you know what you might need more than a new computer? Maybe you need a new video card, which sucks at the moment because there's none to buy.
Correct.
You might want a RAM upgrade, especially if maybe you have 8 gigs in an older machine.
Yeah.
A faster SSD might help you.
Ooh. Yep.
And a better internet connection might help you.
I think a lot of people like that. Okay. Are we doing the next super chat?
Do you know why you notice more than anything else on your i7 4790K in there about the performance?
What?
Because you've used the newer stuff and you can tell the difference.
Well,
The
yeah.
average person who hasn't done that doesn't. It's
Exactly.
almost like ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
World of Warships doesn't have a higher frame rate on a Ryzen 9 3900X versus an i7 4790K.
Nope.
It's mission load time, map load time,
Yep.
results come up time.
Yep.
It's the speed when you click the various tabs and you put modules on the ships,
Yep.
and you switch between ships in the port,
Yeah.
and how long it takes the game to update.
Yeah. Well, he's on the 18 core behind me when I'm on the i7 4790K, and his results will come up, and I'm still waiting. It's like, have you got your results yet? Not yet.
Oh, you're still on that old thing.
You got your results yet? Nah, still not yet. Still spinning. We're still waiting.
You know, it's not a long wait, but you notice it when both machines are in the same room.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you do. Yeah, you really do.